So let me tell you about the Wofford pool. So from what I've heard, the whole reason Wofford doesn't have a pool is because sometime before I was born, before everyone here was born, a long time ago, there was like a trustee or a president or some other important faculty staff member who had a relative, be it a son or a nephew, whatever, I've heard both, die in a pool accident, and he was like, yeah, I'll only keep giving Wofford money if we don't have a pool. So that's why I can't go swimming.
Do you believe in this urban legend?
Sure, it's pretty plausible to me. I don't know if I completely believe it, but it's a plausible explanation.
Who'd you hear this from?
I'm pretty sure I heard it when I was a freshman at orientation.
Okay.
Potentially on my tour when I came to Wofford and asked why we didn't have a pool.
Know anything about our swimming pool situation?
No. I've never heard of that.
Okay, well, we don't have one, supposedly because a donor's nephew died, and he said he wouldn't give us any money if we got one.
The ones I've heard about are that there's a swimming pool on the roof of Milliken, and I've also heard that Wofford doesn't actually have a swimming pool on campus because one of Roger Milliken's sons died. I guess he drowned in a swimming pool when he was little.
Yep, and I don't think there's a swimming pool on campus.
I don't.
Pretty sure that's impossible. But there are a lot of legends kind of surrounding by, like, the reasoning behind it.
Okay, so I've heard that there's tunnels under Wofford's campus. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's a possible thing.
Where'd you hear that from?
From a friend.
Have you ever heard of the tunnels that go underneath the ground, that are underneath the ground going from the different buildings on campus?
No, I know some colleges have them because there's cold weather, but I don't know if Wofford has any. I don't think Wofford has any. I don't see a reason for it.
There is one tunnel on campus.
Okay.
It leads away from Burwell. I believe it goes to the science building.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Have you heard about the tunnels underneath Burwell?
No, I've not.
It's questionable if they're there. Do you know anything about Wofford's tunnel system?
I've been in a tunnel here before. The tunnel between Burwell and its kitchen. It was actually just a hallway. I did not go underground. It's near Miss Kathy's, where there's a stage. But the fluorescent lights were pretty scary.
The Eyes of Old Main, have you heard about that one?
I've heard of it, but I don't know any background on it.
It's just glowing eyes, that's all it is.
Wow.
Do the eyes of Old Main glow?
Do the eyes of Old Main glow? I've seen them walking back from the library at 2 a.m. Cold, then the green. Scares the shit out of me.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Ben Wofford being buried on campus?
I know that his tombstone is on campus. I don't think he's buried under it. That would be kind of creepy.
So Ben Wofford was buried on campus with his second wife in the
Oh.
middle.
So that's really great in the middle.
Yep, he's in the middle of the quad.
Have you heard about Ben Wofford's grave?
What?
In the middle of the quad, right in front of Old Main, there's that tombstone. Supposedly, Ben Wofford and his wife are buried under that.
There's a tombstone?
Yep, right in the middle of campus, in front of Old Main.
That's him?
Yes.
And his wife?
Yes. Do you believe that?
I guess I would believe that. I can see why. Can we go look at?
Have you heard about the urban legend about Old Maine's bell tower?
No.
Do you have any idea what it might be about?
Not a clue.
Okay, so Old Maine's bell tower actually was locked up several years ago, and is now heavily surveillanced because students would actually stash hard drugs there, and including Adderall. Do you think this is a true urban legend?
Nah. I think it was just because people were signing their name on the bell and climbing through the ceilings of Old Main.
Interesting. Have you ever tried doing that?
I have not. I plan to. But I have not.
Awesome.
Okay, and then have you heard anything about the bell tower and why it's locked?
No, I haven't.
If I told you it was because drug deals were going down up there, would you believe it?
Maybe.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you an urban legend here at Wofford. Have you heard anything about Old Maine's bell tower? Like, anything about that?
I know seniors go up there and sign the bell.
Well, there's one urban legend about how it was locked up several years ago, actually, and it's heavily surveillance now because students weren't going up there to sign the bell that was located in the bell tower, but actually drugs were actually stashed there and students would take that. Do you believe in that urban legend? Why not?
I mean, I don't think people would hide their drugs there.
Why?
That's a stupid place to hide your drugs.
Okay, thank you.
Have you ever heard of any urban legends surrounding why the bell tower has been locked?
No, I've only heard that for security purposes they locked it.
Okay. If I were to tell you that it was because people used to have drug deals up there and it was like a meeting spot for people to pick up drugs, what would you say?
I could see that. I could believe that.
Do you know anything about the bell tower and why it's locked up?
Do I? They call me Hunchback for a reason. My mom takes Adderall for her ADD, and I stole some, and I took it to that bell tower, and I made a fortune selling it to those crazy kids who will climb up for Adderall and cocaine, and that is why the bell tower is locked up.
Do you still have business since it's locked up?
Just, the people who really want it. Sometimes I go in the magnolia tree now. P.S. Find me at midnight.
Do you know why the bell tower in Old Main is locked?
I have a friend who knows a guy named Hunchback, and apparently there were some dealings there that caused some kids to, die. So.
What kind of dealings?
I don't know if I'm supposed to say. You said